And here we go. I am back in the podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 409 podcast.
Look, it starts with me doing that.
It is good to be back. It's been a long time coming. I don't think I've been on the podcast now for about 5 or 6 weeks. I think we'll work that out. But what it does mean is I'm still on a quarter of them, which I'm happy with.
You should move your camera up a bit because your head's kind of being cut off.
This is literally the only way I can stay cool right now.
Do you know what? I would, but it's currently sitting on a bottle of gin at the moment to give it some height.
Fine. Just lump down a bit more.
Yeah, that's as far as I can get.
This works.
So,
this is fine.
We will...
This is a job.
Where I'm at, I'm on the bottom right.
You are on the top right.
Top right.
I'm on the top right, so...
over
that way, I think. It's one of these two. No. Over that way is Stuart.
Hello.
And down there is a couple other people.
Hello, Georgia. Hello, Dissum. Hello, Mr. Chris Live, also known as Chris.
Oh, you mean, Gizby opens a purple. Well, so sorry again for that. I'm an idiot.
So, there's loads of stuff, because I haven't been on the podcast now for so long, that we're just going to keep firing through non-stop.
Welcome back.
Going to be a busy podcast. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and I want to get everybody's feedback on it as well. So if you're in the chat and you've got some opinions on stuff,
everyone has opinions, Anthony.
Say so. We are going to start off very quickly. Yesterday, 24th of July, 2018, was the 1-year anniversary of the birth of Fortnite.
Hey, enthusiasm.
Why is Dan not
on this podcast? That's a good question.
I don't know.
It's because we didn't know until now.
Yeah,
we definitely didn't plan stuff at the last minute again.
Well, no, we didn't for once.
No,
we had some ideas.
That was our last ideas. But I just wanted to say well done to Fortnite for making it as long as a year. Very
good
much
luck.
Unexpected.
And thanks for all the fish.
And
so sad it had been like this.
Once it finally goes free, maybe we'll do some videos on it because I'm not willing to pay for it.
Bam!
That is how you bip Fortnite in the head. Jesus.
Yeah. So we do have a couple of things to talk about today, and because I feel like I'm going to go in reverse order from the stuff we actually have written down.
Oh.
So the first thing I want to talk about is
changing that up here.
An amazing Lego build.
Oh yeah.
And that will hopefully transition onto the screen now. I'm going to quickly... It's going to get a little dark in here, but I'm going to quickly do this to jump into my notes. So, a guy called Marius Herman built, and this shows you the scale of this. This is a 3.2 foot wide model of the Final Fantasy Aeon Bahamut. Look how amazing, how much detail is in that. Look at it. It is unbelievable.
There's a fly.
It's amazing. So
I brought it up to full screen for you. Look at that.
It's the 17th anniversary of Final Fantasy X's release that this is made for, and I don't know how many people who are in the chat will have played Final Fantasy X, but the little platform that he's on, that is the platform that you would fight Dark Bahamut if you were playing the international version of the game.
Just the detail in that, as you've said. Just look at that.
And it's also where you fight Unalesca. Oh, spoiler alert! That's where you fight Unalesca.
What? It's been out for what, 10 years?
17 years.
17 years. Even longer. If you haven't played it yet,
if you haven't played it yet, to be fair, it's too late to say spoilers.
Yeah, to be honest,
come on, man! I was going to get around to playing that game.
I don't think we made it yet.
87 years later.
You have to remember we are talking about the internet here.
Yeah.
The internet is dark and full of spoilers.
Or full of Trevors if you play GTA.
Nazis lost. Spoilers.
Oh god.
And Gate Tony with the new update.
But yeah, so I just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out because Final Fantasy X is the game that I remember most growing up. It's got so many amazing scenes, and
I'd have played it.
It's potentially something that I'm going to do as a long playthrough because it's like 100 hours long from start to finish if you do everything. And I'm thinking about getting on PC and sitting and doing a full recording of it. But no, it's amazing. I learned a lot from this as a game growing up as a kid. And the guy Marcus Herman, he's done an amazing job, and you've seen the detail. If you want to see more detail, we'll post a link to it in the chat, so you can see the article that Kotaku have written with regards to the build.
Oh, by the way, this is empty. Like, there's nothing in it. It's just for show.
This isn't.
Quickly moving on to yet another piece of video game news,
All that.
and this one relates to
Oh my
a
God.
game that was kind of shat on for quite a while.
Oh?
Is it No Man's Sky?
E.T. on a Tahari
Oh, no, No Man's Sky will come to, because something happened with No Man's Sky as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, and myself included, were very unhappy with the end product released by Konami
Oh.
about 18 months to 2 years ago, I would say, probably around about 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
That's like over 2 years ago then.
And that was Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
That's like 3 years ago, isn't it? No.
It was something along those lines. It was a
I think it
while
was
ago.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3 years ago.
The developers have done something absolutely amazing, in my opinion. I'm going to throw it back onto the white light so I can actually see myself. The developers have done something amazing. That is, they have made the old buddy Quiet a playable character. Now, I don't know how they've done it, but I just know that Quiet is now someone that you can play as, at least it looks like, in terms of infiltrating FOBs and playing in Mother Base.
I have a quick question. Is
Mhm.
gameplay first or third person?
Metal Gear Solid 5, in fact, all the Metal
Third.
Gear Solids are all third person.
It's all third
That's
person.
it, because that means you can turn the camera around.
Right, so Catherine's got her priorities right. That's all we know here.
I mean, what's the point in adding a character like that if it's first person?
To be fair,
She
she has
wants
a
to see
very good
boobs.
point. She has a very good point.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
it-
only reason I play female characters is to look at them.
It is a third person,
Okay then.
but there are opportunities for first.
They're more appealing to look at for hours on end.
Are you saying you don't like Snake's ass?
I've not actually
No-
played
no-
the Metal
no
Gear
one has.
games.
No one could say that.
No, no one could say that, or they would die immediately. God would smite them.
No,
I
it just.
don't really
and
They'd just disappear off the face of the earth.
I don't
They
want
just-
to get super political because I could and talk about Metal Gear Survive.
No, it's not.
I'm just going to go way beyond that. Konami know they done wrong with the Phantom Pain, and they're trying to fix it a little bit by the looks of it. And it'll be interesting. I'm going to give it a go to see how things go.
Yeah, I might actually check it out.
But yeah,
Mostly to check other things out.
other
Yeah.
big
Or
Bits
I
of
might
news.
just watch somebody else's playthrough of it.
Yeah, true.
other big bits of news in terms of gaming, and something I'm very much looking forward to. I can't remember the exact date, so I'm going to have to quickly play the video and turn the volume off.
Avocado.
But we have possibly the most exciting game coming out, and it's it was August 7th. Okay, that's even better. Oh damn it! I'm an RTX that weekend.
Ha!
Is it the new expansion for World of Warcraft?
No, because we're not talking about that, so.
Team 17, who we all know for things at Worms and Overcooked,
They're the 17th team.
have finally given
What
us a
happened to
release
the other
date
16?
for Overcooked 2.
Finally.
Woo!
The big thing about it, online multiplayer.
Da da
They
da
did say they
da.
were going to do that.
Here you
That
go.
is-
That's literally the big thing about Overcooked 2.
There you
That
go.
is the
We have
big
on-
thing about Overcooked 2 is we're getting the. If you get the trailer set for it, or is it?
Nah.
Just...
I literally just had to quickly pull that in, and I'm going to transition out.
Nah, that's fine. So,
That's some
You say
evil
it's a
looking
crocodile?
red.
Oh
yeah,
god,
so
yeah.
Overcooked 2 gonna be released. It's got so many more.
Could pull up the trailer if you want.
So many
You
more
really
steps you can
need to
do.
warn me before you cut back to
You
that.
want to pull up the trailer?
No, it's
Okay.
okay.
I can.
No, it's okay. Because it's 1 minute and 54 seconds long. I'm not
57.
for that long.
Yeah, we've got time to kill.
Yeah, he wants to move on to more diff topics.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got hundreds of stuff to talk about. Remember,
Yeah.
I'm back
Anyway,
on the podcast
back
for the
to
first time in
World
2
of
months.
Warcraft.
No, shut up.
They've broken so many things at the moment, and it's not. It's
Anyway,
just a pre-
Anthony, carry on.
No, you know what? I've got one more thing, gaming wise, but we'll go to World of Warcraft because I want to end on this.
What? Go on, Cassie.
So go on.
They
about-
released a couple of the new quests for Battle for Azeroth today. It was okay. A lot of flying backwards and forwards, which I suppose is part of war because you had to relay information. Didn't really take very long, and then I kept getting kicked from the game.
Stuart, please take the fan away from the mic.
Just the amount of people trying to play and do stuff. And then later on in the day, because I was playing that this morning, they had a load of problems with portals and hearthstones. You would just try and use them and it would load forever or just kick you back the way you were and just not work. So that was fun.
So basically, what you're saying is a game that people have been playing since what 2000 is having problems.
It's because of the bit they've added at the moment. It was always going to have issues because when you try and add new stuff to a game that's been around for this long,
Well,
it's going to throw up bugs that weren't really a problem beforehand.
well, I mean, GTA can do it.
GTA
That's
hasn't been around that
GTA.
long.
No,
Yeah,
but GTA
it's-
4 was.
No, GTA 4 only came out in like 2010 at the latest.
GTA 3?
How many different expansions?
GTA
though?
3 wasn't thingy.
No?
Online.
However, there are plenty of old online multiplayer games that definitely didn't break. But
Yeah, but this game has been.
it's an
When-
MMORPG. Like, come on, it's
They
big.
had to compress a load of
When
stuff.
did it? When was the first servers live for World of Warcraft?
I don't know. I don't
Checking.
agree with that.
Because it was a long time ago. It was at least 2005, probably earlier.
2004, 11th of, the 23rd of the 11th, 2004.
So that's a very long time. That's what 14 years that it's been live. It's continually been updated.
The
Yeah,
orig-
It does
yeah.
cost a bit of money, but it's
The
been
original
continually-
PvP servers started off as many. It was on November the 23rd, 2004, and there was a lot of PvP servers. And then, of
So
course-
I'm not going to shit on them too much. They've done an amazing job
Yeah, the
managing
fact
to
the game
keep.
still kind of works. It hasn't completely crashed.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
the fact that it hasn't disintegrated into a million pieces right now is the important thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like the fact they adding new expansion pack by pack, not all at once, and then it just kills them.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
so
saying,
is that?
I love the cinematic.
Are you all happy with your ranting
Love
of
the cinematic.
WoW now?
I was
It's
gonna
not
say-
ranting.
I think Catherine's fine with her rant now.
WoW
I
now.
was going to say one thing.
It's not
You
ranting.
know, you guys are
I
talking
think
about
Catherine's-
games with like that's been gone on for a long time and with updates and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a game open here. Stable release, 1st of January 1999. Preview release, 5th of March 2016.
Oh, first viewing in January '99, and not releasing it 26th. First viewing.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, it is I think at this point it is an open
Yeah.
source game, so
I have no idea.
it's Lyero.
Is
What's an
Minecraft
open
actually
source?
properly out yet?
It's been out for years properly.
Okay. What's the other one I'm thinking?
Oh, there you go. There's a game that doesn't break every time they put a new feature in it.
Well,
Minecraft, and that's been around a while.
It's
Actually,
not been around that long.
Actually, I tried opening it the
Surprising.
other day and it crashed. So
Right.
2007?
2009.
Not too bad.
Would you like to know a game that's been out longer than it? And people
Longer
seem
than-
to think that the graphic style was taken from Minecraft.
Longer than Minecraft, people think.
Terraria?
No, Terraria is too young. Terraria only
No,
came out in
Terraria's 2011.
Hmm.
It's a kids' game. It's definitely spawned many memes. It's not Club Penguin.
Roblox.
Ding,
No.
ding, 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 ding.
Seriously, Roblox.
It's Roblox 2006. It
Okay.
predated Minecraft by
Yeah.
almost 3 years. I say almost because Roblox was September in 2006 and Minecraft was May 2009.
Well, it's simple because you said memes and blocks.
Yeah, it literally was the point of that. Yeah, that
Who's
was,
heck gone? What?
Actually, that's the point. Since we're talking about
RuneScape is
release,
not gone. I still don't play that.
so RuneScape, everyone,
Occasionally.
without googling, when was it released?
2004.
No.
Yeah, I would check it. Wait, really?
2000.
Hold on.
No, you're too low.
2002.
Hold on. Second year in high school.
But should we do Price is Right rules?
So I'm going to. Chris would be round about right. RuneScape would be 2003, 2004.
You are incorrect.
2002.
No.
2011. One.
It is 2001.
That's what I just said.
Wow.
It is. Yeah, but to be fair, you just took a billion guesses.
What, Space Odyssey? I just lost connection.
2001 Space.
If I
Okay.
could strangle through the
4th of
screen.
January 2001. Wow, I think I played it.
Right.
Do you know what
I'm
else
going
came out
to
in
ask
2001?
you what?
Final Fantasy X.
Yes, it did.
Just to try and throw it out there again, because Final Fantasy X is my thing.
So, here's a point. What was the first? Like, okay, so I'm going to try and find this. Right, let me try and find a decent one here. So,
What was the first... ...
so starting from 2000, what was the first MMORPG?
Oh...
What,
Roblox.
You mean MMORPG?
I mean an MMORPG. That's what I said.
What's an MMR?
MMOR.
No, you said MMR.
I didn't say MMR. I said MMOR. I just said it so fast. It's an MMORPG. Baborg.
Lego Universe.
No. Although RuneScape is very close.
I was going to say RuneScape's going to be one of the first.
As I said, from 2000, so that can include 2000.
Some Star Wars game?
Mm,
No, KOTOR was 97.
No. Yep, that was 1997. Correct, Anthony.
I
Good
was
job.
going to
88.
go The last, no, not last Jedi.
Was the Old Republic
No.
2000?
No.
Lord of the Rings Online.
No, Lord of the
No.
Rings Online came like... 5
Also,
years ago.
technically, the Old Republic didn't count as an MMO RPG.
Yes.
It counted as an MMO,
But not an RPG?
but not an RPG.
Okay.
That's weird.
Is it a major franchise?
That's a good
Um,
question.
Elder Scrolls, something or other?
It is not. It is open source.
It is open source. I'm not going to be able to get this.
It's
I'm
not
going to
too
bow out at this point.
because that was 2003.
Has anyone heard of a game called Plane Shift?
No.
Anthony?
My answer's in chat.
Who?
Okay. Aside from RuneScape, then.
Wait, that's the spelling Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. What game was released in 2002?
Are we seriously going to take a guess at
Anthony, you should get this.
2002?
Oh, come on.
Wallace and Gromit, the Surgeon to Wear Rabbit, the video game.
2002. Are you still talking MMOs?
Yes.
Okay, Final
MMORPG.
Fantasy Online, Final
Yes.
Fantasy 11.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. We've just gotten into a bit of a quiz here, and it's quite interesting.
Because Final Fantasy 11
Actually,
came out, and not long after
here's
that,
a point.
Final Fantasy 10 Part 2 came out.
I'm going to ask people what years they were released then. Anthony, you'll probably know quite a fair few of these. Has anyone ever heard of Ragnarok Online?
No.
Yes, I've heard of it. I have no idea when.
Okay, 2002. Eternal Lands.
No.
EVE Online.
Oh, I
Oh, 2003.
Yes.
4.
Anthony's right.
2003, because I've got a friend who plays EVE Online, and they literally play it so much that instead of having to buy the month worth of game time,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
able to use the in-game money because they make so much of it every single month.
Okay,
That
here's
shows you how
one.
much they play it.
Okay, right, another one.
would love to be able to do that.
Right, interesting fact about EVE Online. You know there is a monument to EVE Online in Iceland.
Yeah, because they have the international series
They
there. don't
do.
Which shop?
And I really want to take the opportunity to go to that at some point because
Is it
Iceland
just
is an
like-
amazing country.
Is it October?
Seriously, if anyone would actually want to go there in like the next
Sure, it's that-
year or so, if anyone would like to go to that in the next year or so, I would seriously recommend going to Iceland, even if it was for like a week.
But no, they do quite a lot of stuff. The developers are up there, and I think the servers are based in Iceland as well.
They are, yeah. Which is probably why the connection's so bad. So
It's actually a really difficult game to get into as well. It
It
takes
is.
a lot of time to get into.
it's a money grind. Right, so let's go on to another one. Toontown Online.
2003, I said that earlier.
Didn't hear that one.
And it closed in 2013.
Star
but
Wars
then
Galaxies,
It has some
Five.
which was pay to play.
Oh wait.
5.
No.
4.
7.
Anthony.
I said 2008.
No. 2003.
I was close.
EverQuest 2.
5.
Year off.
6.
2004.
You should go with 4.
See, the hint that you're going for here is you're going for them in like chronological order.
I am. And now I'm going to fling it around. Because you just said that. It's your fault, Anthony. Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning.
No.
It was a freemium game.
A freemium.
Huh?
A freemium. That was one of the start of the freemiums.
Nah, 2008.
16.
No, God, Anthony, freemiums have been going on since like 2003.
Real freemiums though.
Yes, Seal Online was a real freemium. That's 2003.
And for those who don't know what a freemium is, you might want to explain.
Right, freemiums basically. So you think of a game that's called free to play, now add microtransactions. That's freemium.
That's pretty much every free-to-play game.
The first game that was ever freemium, truly, Anthony. Guess what year? You will be surprised.
Penguin?
No. It was a lot before that.
1997.
96.
Catherine literally just nailed it in one.
1997.
Anthony,
I
the,
thought
tr-
that-
the
I thought
first
that-
true freemium was a 1997 horror game, 2D, called Dark Eden.
I've never heard of that.
That was the first true freemium game.
I'm sorry, what was that game name again?
Dark Eden.
Oh, I misheard that.
Okay, so
What did you hear?
I don't think I can say it without getting the Twitch
yeah,
ban.
you'll get banned. Let's not. What about Pirates of the Caribbean Online?
05.
No, it's free to play though. 2000. Oh, and Anthony's gone. 2007. Final Fantasy 14.
I have no idea what Final Fantasy 14 was. but
Was
I
it in
do-
14?
I do know. No, it wouldn't have been 2014.
2030.
I played,
Oh,
I think I played
oh
that.
my.
You're right, Anthony.
What's the point in trying to work out the answer?
Okay, I'm
If you're
gonna
just going to say it.
Final Fantasy
It's having
13.
fun.
Final Fantasy 13 was actually what I was about to go through and say that Final Fantasy 13 was released somewhere round about 2010 to 2012.
Hang on.
The only reason I remember that is because I just left school. I was in university
Just
when
gonna
I
turn off
got
my-
the first game and was very much disappointed with it. I would guess it was probably around 2011.
I don't actually know. So you'll never know, Anthony.
Oh yeah, I realised that's actually a good question to ask on the podcast. What was the
Yeah.
first game you were disappointed with?
Final Fantasy 13 was released on in December
PlayStation.
2009.
Yeah,
2009.
PlayStation 3.
It was.
I could see it. 2009 I can accept.
Yep.
Especially since it was December, because I thought 2010 to 2000.
And then, of
this
course,
Says this should also be a trick question.
what?
I don't know. Read it.
Makes no sense. What do you mean it should be a
There's a
trick
question
question?
But yes, so we can.
Oh, because Final Fantasy 14 was released twice.
Right. Good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so Joe asked a
You
question.
get a bonus point.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, go.
What were your guys' first games you were disappointed with?
Watch Dogs.
Really? I like
Seriously.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. It's a pile of
I
ass.
really-
No, I understand what you mean. The game, it's like, I remember when I first was like, oh, this is fun. Then once I got through most of it, I was like, okay. it's
Also,
just-
hi, Hoodwinker.
Hey, what?
Hoodwinker. He's in
Oh.
the chat.
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever been disappointed with
What
a
was your
game.
most recent disappointing game?
I don't
No.
remember having any disappointments. Well, there is a disappointment, but not necessarily playing games, but it was more the way that I had to do it. But I don't remember there being any disappointments with PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. When PlayStation 3 came about, I was disappointed with a lot of stuff. The earliest one I can think of was Conflict Denied Ops.
Oh, that's ironic.
Being a major fan of the games before that. So Desert Storm 2, Global Ops. I got Denied Ops because it was the first game they put on to.
Oh no, still it's dead.
Oh, sure, it's gone. But yeah, I'll keep going. It was the first game that they put on to the PS3, and instead of it being third person, control your squad, you can direct people to certain places. You can do a number of different things. In fact, they've done Vietnam as well. Denied Ops was first person, and it was only 2 people in the team, and the only thing you could do really was tell someone to go somewhere. You couldn't tell them to basically suppress, you couldn't tell them to pick up stuff and all that sort of stuff. It was very much a case of go there. So that's the first thing I can remember, at least, having a disappointment from a game series. The first thing I remember being disappointed gaming wise in total was the PS2. So I don't know if any of you'll remember this, but basically at launch, the way that, I don't know if it was all memory cards, but the way that my memory card worked was I had to insert a disc, run the disc,
Oh God, yeah.
and then remove that disc to put the game into play. And I don't know if anyone else was the same, but
Nope.
No, I never had that problem.
basically
Wait, Catherine, which way are you? Just
I just didn't
I'm
like,
to your left.
I didn't care enough,
This is right, Catherine.
Really?
I would just play the
Oh,
same
right,
bit
yeah.
over again. And the thing I remember it with is Devil May Cry. So I played the first 2 missions of Devil May
Right.
Cry non-stop for 6 weeks.
I mean,
Okay.
my PS2 I still have.
I've still got one of them somewhere. I have I had 5 of them.
I've got the rare blue one, the turquoise one.
Mm.
It's
Till I
actually
hate
quite
those
rare now.
flipped around.
I've got
Well,
the
one's
launch.
over there.
Let me just try and find out how much it's actually worth.
I've got the launch. I've got the silver. I've got the blue. I've got the slim.
You've got the blue, the original one.
Yes.
Yeah, Hoodwinker says sounds like your PS2 was broken. 'Cause I
Nope,
had-
mine did
I
that as
had
well, and
several
it definitely
PS2
wasn't
games.
broken.
No, it was literally you had to It wasn't the.
It was when it released. This was when it released.
Yeah,
This was
it-
one of
I
the
had
first
PS2
few.
pretty sure soon after it was released, and several others after that. We kept telling people that.
It
None
was
of
a
them
common
had
bug.
No, it was just a case of it wasn't the first party. So it wasn't like Sony's own memory cards. It was like a third party thing.
That might be
And they
why.
just- And they just required it, but I don't remember there being first party memory cards at launch.
I mean, the PS2 was the first console or anything that I actually played racing games with a wheel on.
Mhm.
Gran Turismo, when there wasn't such thing as force feedback, and then I still remember when force feedback became a thing. That makes me feel really old.
I actually found that a while ago. It's one of my old
Ooh,
PS2.
Ruby one.
I had a blue one too.
Oh, God's sake.
Actually, that got a bit damaged. But it still worked.
To be honest, you
Well,
did.
it did the last time I tried it.
You could have said. You should have said, "Oh, it's red."
Ruby Red.
Right. So we did very briefly talk about something else. And
Still on fire?
since we're also talking about disappointments,
Will Greg's on fire. What?
I didn't even talk about my disappointment.
Anthony. Disappointment.
No disappointment.
okay, quickly go for it.
Damn it, Joe.
Sorry, just Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. The boss,
think-
the final
I
boss
think
fight is
just-
shit.
Just the Wii in general was a disappointment.
Hey.
Smash Brothers.
Wii Sports. Don't you dare.
Yes.
Wii Sports, with the exception of Tetris, is the highest grossing selling game of all time.
And that's only because they bundled it with the Wii.
The reason for it is because it was bundled.
Which means it shouldn't count.
Isn't that also the same with Nintendogs as well?
Now, do you know what the really weird thing is? See if you go back and look at the figures. More Wii units were sold than Wii Sports, which means that Wii Sports got lost.
It's true. The best part is as well, I lost Wii Sports.
I think I still got it.
It's so easy to lose. It never came in an actual game box. It just came in a piece of paper.
So
I still have mine somewhere.
I've still got a Wii. It's literally sat under here. It's propping up my left monitor.
So yeah, we're still talking about disappointments,
Yep.
and we're going to rewind back.
Oh,
I
what
can't
was my life
remember
then?
I can't remember exactly when.
Mhm.
I think once again we're talking 2015. It's either 2015 or
What am I?
2016.
So Hoodwinker, my old PS1 somehow managed to glitch my Yu-Gi-Oh game, meaning cards like Karibo were obscenely overpowered. Well, that's a good glitch.
No, because Karibo, if you're up against
If it's
it,
yours.
Yeah, if you're up against it, you're fucked. Karibo's really annoying.
Here's a Karibo.
But yeah, so 5th time's a charm.
Don't you dare shit talk Karibo.
No Man's Sky.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
now
talking of
now
great
have
disappointments.
Base building.
The game when
It's
it
got
was
multiplayer.
announced, the game when it was being talked about was the pinnacle of gaming. Everyone,
Stupidly
was-
overhyped.
The definition of overhyped, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. yeah,
If you look at the definition of overhyped in the dictionary, it will literally have as a side note No Man's Sky.
yeah,
Or, no, not No Man's Sky. Very specifically its creator.
whose name is
And I just don't know that, unfortunately.
Wasn't it Joe something?
It's Sean
No.
Murray.
yes.
Oh.
That he is the definition of overhype.
But basically, the game finally released with its quintillion planets or whatever it was, and you just couldn't see anyone. But they've finally been updating it, and they just released a massive update recently, which allows you to do so much stuff, and it looks like the game is actually a game again.
I would like to make a point as well. I didn't realise this. So base building, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That comes out in the next thing, which is coming out soon.
It's already out as far as I know. Yeah.
No, it comes out in a couple of days or something. I think.
Actually,
Well, no, because there's people already saying they're playing multiplayer base building with their friends.
They might have early access.
You can't have early access to an update unless you've got a beta code.
What?
So basically, they say base building is unlimited. It is literally unlimited. You can go
it'll be
into
based on your
space.
resources.
Well, no, because there's a creative mode.
Oh, okay.
There's always been a sandbox mode
Mm-hmm.
because I've played that a lot. There's
I've
always
not played any of it, so I might actually get into it.
no. I will stream No Man's Sky with you if you get it.
Well, base
Oh, how much
building
is it?
was
It's
in the
not that
original
much.
Foundation update.
So they've got an image basically of someone building a massive great tower. Actually, you know what? Screw this. I'm bringing this up on stream. Basically, what they've done is they've got a video of someone building a massive great base, and then jumping off the top of it.
I'm just gonna say, you even say massive grey, and I'm really tempted to just say cock every time.
Yeah, well, screw you, Joe.
I'm
Well,
still waiting
give-
for it to appear on stream.
So basically, I'm going to
If
send it
by
live now.
chalk, he makes a cock.
Here it goes. Okay, so this is the intro to the video. I didn't turn up the audio.
No, it's not. It's still us. Oh no, it is.
So, yep.
Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah,
So,
so he's quite high up there.
he is. Now you'll see just how high up he is.
Now, how do I get back down?
Easy, you jump.
Look how far up he is. When they
Oh,
say
yeah.
unlimited base building,
It's a space lift.
it is actually, yeah.
Spiffed.
But
Is it gonna, oh my god.
it's a long way.
So I'm just. You know,
And that was the atmosphere, guys. He's just gone through the atmosphere.
So you know, have you heard of the game The Netherhood, or like something
No.
like that? Oh, there's a scene where if you press a button, the guy just falls through the earth and just screaming the entire way down.
I'm
that's
glad
what
he
I
had the
imagine.
common sense to build it over water.
Yeah,
That
because
doesn't look like water.
oh no, there it is.
No, that is definitely water.
It
Oh,
was.
then
There
that-
we go.
Well, that's not water.
Oh, that was a close call there.
Well,
Got
no,
it.
that is water.
But
Do you know-
that's what I mean, Anthony. I
Yeah.
think you should buy it, if not from Steam, from somewhere else.
Yeah, no,
No,
I, definitely I think I'll be looking into it because it does look quite good now that it's actually polished off.
So for people
I was this
who
close
are,
to getting it
actually
at
bought it.
launch. I was
Yeah.
that close to getting it.
for the people who are interested
Oh.
in No Man's Sky, it doesn't cost a huge amount. It literally only costs about 20 quid. Anthony, it's on sale. Get it now. It's
Yeah, I
down
just
from
saw that.
40. Anthony, it's down from 40.
Yeah, that's fine once the podcast's finished.
Yep, we'll get
I'm
Anthony
already-
to
I'm
buy
already
that.
getting
Are
it.
you
Let's
talking
be a
about
little bit
Steam?
professional here.
Anthony,
Oh,
we're not
too late. I'm already
professional.
buying it.
Are you talking about
Do,
Steam?
do you know what? You aren't professional.
No,
I am.
Anthony is. Anthony's
Is
the only...
anyone
Well,
gonna answer the question?
no,
What's
because
the
we didn't
question?
hear it.
Are you talking about it on Steam?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, it's down at 20 quid on Steam, so
if anyone
if
wants
you want to
it.
go and get it, go and get it.
It's also
Uh,
changed from a completely negative review to a very positive review.
Good, that's what I like to see.
Oh, I should actually looked at the reviews before I brought it.
The reviews are very positive, Joe. It's a good game.
If we're going to make videos in it, I will buy it on PC.
Okay, that's up
If
to you.
not,
Anyway,
I'm just going to play it on X.
Anthony, I should give you a heads up now. It's 10.5 gig.
That's fine. That'll only take me like 4 hours.
Okay, right. So, on to the next subject, Anthony.
Yep. And since we're still in space,
No,
the,
we're not,
Bit of
we're
a
not.
segue.
the first thing that I seen today when we were doing the planning meeting
It's
for this
great.
podcast,
And you
Sorry.
half died.
and okay, so in like
Doesn't
five,
still cost £40.
four-
What are we doing?
3, you're going to transition.
2.
2, 1. Hopefully on screen now is
Let's
a little
introduce
look
it to the film.
at the European Mars rover. And basically, Spacey McSpaceface style,
Really?
the naming of this rover is going out to the public.
Oh,
Because that's never gone wrong before.
It's a terrible idea.
why? They
Actually-
can't trust...
Actually, if you guys would want something, there is literally a video of someone going through every time this has gone wrong before.
Yeah. It's a very cool looking rover, but
It's-
yeah, that's.
It's a great idea, but we all know from previous experience that this thing is going to be called something absolutely stupid.
I would also like to mention that I have actually submitted a
Yeah, so
application
it'll-
with 409-D,
yeah,
which
we
stands
have
for
already-
409 what was it? Detector. So it
Detector.
basically stands for conflict
a
detector.
conflict detector. I'm going to quickly try and find the link so
good.
that
Chris, 20 quid is fairly reasonable for No Man's Sky, to be fair. As much as some people didn't like it, it's literally down to preference.
All I'm going to say
So,
is, one of the
for-
trailers had Bill Murray. No, fuck. Bill. Fuck, I can't remember his name. Shit.
I
for anyone who
pre-ordered it.
is interested, I've just put the link in chat there. So if you have a name that you would like to enter into the name of the ExoMars rover, go ahead through there and you'll find the necessary boxes to fill in. I think it's an absolutely stupid idea that they're doing that, but
There are some very interesting rules.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony's gone dark.
Oh no, he's dead. Oh no, he's dead.
no, I'm back. Don't worry.
Very interesting rules. One of them being that you must be. So if you're putting a person's name on it, they must have died before October 1993. 10th of October 1993. And I presume that's because of the age. You have to be over 25.
Probably yeah.
That's probably something to do with laws around the dead people and things like that. But
So yeah, I thought that was quite cool to see that they're trying to do something like that, but I just see it becoming another Boaty McBoatface.
yep. And they probably won't call it Boaty. I think the reason why they said describe it is so they can pick good ones.
Sorry.
No, someone's going to find their way around that.
Well, they probably just won't pick Boaty McBoatface then, will they?
Yeah, but people are creative when you can get. Ask a guy to make a name, he'll make the most creative bullshit they can.
Well, like
Space and Space.
409-D.
Well, I don't know,
Conflict detector.
the Space Prober.
Probing McProbeface.
Yeah, let's not talk about probes.
Anyway, moving on. Segueing.
Especially since the next thing that I wanted to talk about is something that most people. Oh, I just moved my camera. Is something that most people will want to probe, and that is the latest announcement for RTX London.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Earlier on today, we.
kill me.
Why does no one like John Reisinger?
John
It's
Risinger
not
is
like I
great.
don't like him.
Oh, don't get Chris started on John Risinger. Seriously.
Your mouth.
So, we have had the announcement. Hopefully, the transition is on its way.
Yep.
And that is that we have on the spot live being announced for RTX London. It's interesting that they're choosing to do this already. I've already said in the past.
Oh,
my
Chris in the
thoughts.
To be
chat.
fair, Chris. John Risinger, racing sex comments. Joe Heyman, asking people to get cancer. Just saying. Anyway, move on,
Well,
Anthony.
let's not go down this rabbit hole.
No, well, I'm just saying. And he knows Joel, so.
Let's just look at his nice stash.
Oh
Ah.
yeah, the stash is very, very, very manly.
Also, he's staring into my soul.
But yeah, so I always thought that they would wait until after the next thing we're going to talk about before they started to talk about what they're going to do at RTX London.
Just remove him from the screen.
good to see that they're already beginning to put some stuff out there. They already gave us the guest list a couple of months back,
Very good.
which was a little small.
Still
But,
is.
Hey, they probably will start fleshing that out a little bit, especially with their plans and so on. Once Austin is out of the way, and since I mention it,
RTX Austin.
RTX Austin, not this weekend, next weekend. I fly out on Tuesday, so I'll be there in 5 days. In fact, pretty much 5 days from now. What time are we at?
Stop bragging.
1:45. Yeah, I'll probably be at dinner at this point next week. In fact, no, it's Wednesday. Forget about that. Yeah, so 5 days from now I fly out to Austin. It's going to be a great weekend, and very much looking forward to it. There has been a bit of backlash about some stuff that I do want to talk about, and that is mainly, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but it's surrounding the security plans that are in place this year, because last year they made some mistakes, and they openly admit they made some mistakes
Well, Austin
Did
or
they
London?
overdo it?
with Austin, and that's to do with the metal detectors.
I mean, at RTX London last year, they severely underdid it.
Oh yeah.
There was nothing.
We're not talking about London at this point anyway. It's Austin and the metal detector situation.
Yeah. So the thing with RTX Austin is it's not a requirement from Rooster Teeth himself.
That's ACC, isn't it?
It's ACC and something to do with events and conventions regulations that require this level of security.
We'll add a point before Anthony goes on about this. The metal detectors were basically added in its context, just due to the fact that someone tried in Arizona to bring real weapons to an event and threaten police officers on social media. Now the fact with that is, as well as twinned with the fact that Austin has recently had quite a few bombings, as much as I don't like calling them that, they are.
5 of them at this moment.
Yep, they have had bombings in Texas, in Austin. They
Yep.
can't take chances, so as much as it's over the top, I get why they're doing it.
Yeah. So basically last year what they done was they basically set up a hall full of the metal detector so you could get into the convention center itself, but
Yeah.
to get into the exhibit floor you had to go through security. This
I don't
year
think we have any metal in you,
Anthony, carry on.
so I
Sorry.
don't think we're up.
this year what they're doing is basically to get into the convention center itself you have to go through security,
Which is like most convention centres, though.
which is an interesting choice because of the temperature.
Yeah, people are going to pass out.
Have you seen what the temperature is meant to be, Catherine?
I don't want to know.
Right, I'm going to tell you.
The rumours is it's going to be 130 Fahrenheit, which
Right.
is over 40
No.
Celsius.
No, 100. I'm sorry, what? Anthony, can you just repeat that?
130 Fahrenheit.
No.
That's what people have
No.
seen on, like, their
No.
car.
Anthony, that's 54.5 degrees.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
not right, because that's above the highest temperature in the world.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Surely it's not.
No, it is. Hang on.
Peaches.
The highest temperature in the world was 56.7, so it wasn't the highest temperature in the world. But it's not going to be. It's 103, Anthony, not 130.
103, that's only going to be...
What's the date that you're going?
So it's August 3rd through 5th for the convention.
So the weather on August 3rd is going to be about 39 degrees.
Yeah, so
Or just under 100 Fahrenheit. It's 102,
be-
sorry.
it'll be higher than what we have had here in the UK.
Oh, duh.
I have experienced 54-degree heat. You don't want 54-degree heat.
No, I've experienced 42, 43. Not good.
And that's hot enough. I've experienced that in a desert where literally it's amplified by the sand. It is hot.
I've been in a sauna.
I'm,
It's a little bit different. Just a little
Nice.
bit.
Yeah. So a
That's
lot of
good.
people were really unhappy with that being the choice.
They
Personally,
need to put umbrellas or something out.
So again,
there is a whole plan in place, so there is water stations available.
as much as that's not going to help after a while.
Yes.
and all that sort of stuff. So it should be taken care of.
I will put a point out here. This is a point for anyone who's going to RTX Austin and happens to be in the chat who doesn't know this. Don't just drink solely water.
Yes.
Do not.
Bring beer.
Right. So that's even
Hydration.
worse. Right. Look.
Hydration
Course.
is one thing, but
Yes.
you're not only losing water,
Salt.
you're losing salts. in
Because
your
the
body.
point is, if
Drink
you drink
salty
water, people say, right, so there's the term when people say, oh, I'm sick of that. If you drink too much water, you will literally be sick of it. And I mean, literally, because you are diluting the salt so much in your body that your body doesn't have enough salt in it, and you'll feel legitimately very, very ill, and you're more likely to pass out, and you'll dehydrate more. It's the
And
point...
die.
Quite possibly. And it's the point that
That's
you
true.
need, if you're going, make sure to at least, if you don't take sugary foods or salty foods, take
Drink it.
electrolytes.
Now, the thing with that is you're not allowed to bring stuff in.
Yeah.
What?
So,
You're not. It's stupid.
but
For the lines at the very
you're not
least.
allowed, you're not allowed to bring stuff into the convention center. But
At least
I
I've been
do,
before the,
I do echo the sentiment. Bring something, whether it's something like Lucozade or Gatorade or something like that.
Right, Lucozade
But
don't.
it's not.
It doesn't do anything.
Lucozade Sport.
Yeah,
That
doesn't
has
do
no
anything.
salt. It
Um,
has small number of salts in there.
the
that
point
helps.
is, if I'm recommending anyone for anything, if you want to buy anything, go to Amazon and get something called SIS. Science in Sport. It's literally meant to replace everything. It's only about £4.75 for 20 tablets. You literally drop them into water and you drink it. It's £5. It's completely worth it. I would recommend you do it, and you can get it in cola flavour if you really want. I'm going to put the link in chat just in case people need it. That's the link. If you need something that's
Get
cheap,
away with saying it's medicine.
quite possibly, yes.
And
But
then
you wouldn't
can
be able to
pretend
put... Yeah, no. You would be able to say that's medicine, and if you need it, they'll let you in. But if you don't need it, they won't. You've got to prove that you need that. And
Collapse and
I
die.
need it, otherwise I'm going to pass out.
yeah, but if you're if you're in the queue, then that's fine because they don't care about the queue. All I'm
Yes,
saying
once
is,
you're within the center.
all I'm saying is, take a pack of that. One will, I mean, it's ridiculous. One will get you about 500ml a drink. So I'll get you a bottle of water, which, to be honest, will last you at least an hour, unless you drink a lot, which, to be fair, is a lot of people. So it's just the case
no.
of,
Basically, on top of that, you do have to down it before you come into the ACC.
yeah.
So just be aware of stuff like
They
that.
taste nice. It's the reason I recommend SIS is they actually taste nice. And they hydrate you and put electrolytes in. And they're hydration tablets for a reason. Lucozade Sport actually dehydrates you because it's carbonated. You got to remember that. Any drink that is carbonated or anything similar to a carbonate. So Coca-Cola isn't going to help.
Yep.
Sprite
Just
isn't
be
going to
more
help.
thirsty.
Lucozade isn't going to help. And
Just flies you out.
and certainly some types of Gatorade aren't going to help, and especially
God,
energy
yeah.
drinks. Do not take energy drinks because they make you sweat, make you dehydrate even more, and then you can literally, this is not scam, you can literally have a heart attack in
What
that
about
heat.
squash?
Squash is good, but it doesn't have a lot
Yeah.
of salt in it. So
basically,
you would have to add a tiny bit of salt to it, and I know it sounds disgusting,
Turn the salt shaker upside down.
but it's just a point of, just if you really wanted to do that, you may as well just buy hydration tablets. So I would highly recommend a £5 tube of 20. That will do what, 20 times 500. So you're looking at, for £5 you'll get what, 10,000 mil, which is
So
10
10
litres.
litres.
10 litres of water for £5. Like, I'd say that's worth it. If you're going to Austin, hey northern, not so northern dude. Hey, he's from the north.
I'm guessing that's Gabe.
That's Gabe.
Yeah, that's very
But yeah,
good on the weekend.
If you are going to Austin, or hell, if you're going to London, and I fully expect London to have the same security, you
Okay.
should
Uh,
take water.
Well, that's one of the things that I did want to say is I don't actually suspect there to be the same level.
No, because it's London.
Because the same it's not the same regulations.
Yeah.
So that's why London is a little bit more lax. We don't have the same concerns, at least on a regular basis. If they did, it would most likely be down to RT's request more than anything else.
Gavin will probably have a personal security guard, mostly for certain people in the community. Who shall remain nameless because I'm not going to name drop, and neither is anyone here. Just to
And
make that perfectly
We're
clear.
going to drop the subject immediately.
Yeah, so we're going to drop that subject and move on.
The final thing I did want to mention about Austin, though, is
Shit, it's 5 to 11. It's 5 to 12. Shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens
Speed
when
run.
I'm on the podcast. It just constantly goes.
Yeah.
We'll speedrun the rest of the podcast. Go.
Yes, so the final thing I did want to mention, this is the final thing in total, was the lineup that they have in Austin is absolutely amazing.
It's a big lineup.
There's so many things to do this year. They not only have the convention center, but they also have the Marriott, the Hilton, and the Fairmont for events. And they are also doing nighttime events at the Paramount. So
Which is insane.
they've got 5 different venues within Austin. Plus, they've got 2 separate events going on. The Always Open Happy Hour is in Rain on 6th, and the Kind of Funny
Oh no, Joe just
comedy
fell off
show
his chair.
is on, I think it's Blaney as well. That's effectively 7 different venues they're using throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah.
It's just
I didn't
amazing
hear
to
a
think.
word of that. I was just reading Wolfson's comment.
Me too.
They've
Yeah,
grown
he is
so
awesome.
quickly. And I just want to say it's amazing to potentially go out there and see so many different things over. I mean, I'm going to be there for a week.
Oh, stop bragging about it. Some of us will never get to go to
No,
Arsenal.
she's got a point, Anthony.
But no, I do.
Go have fun.
Because of the
then.
monetary side of it.
Don't
Because
have
of the
fun.
physical
Nobody,
strain.
nobody likes fun.
Welcome to England.
And the
Fuck
heat.
off.
I don't know what would kill me, the heat or the traffic.
I love how Joe's description of England is perfect on that
Which
quote. Do
was?
that again.
Welcome to England. Fuck off.
Yes.
And then in Scottish accent, but for Scotland.
Wait, who you want to do that then?
What do you think, Anthony?
I think he means you, Joe.
No, I think he means you, Anthony, because Joe would just be offensive.
Hashtag mug Anthony.
He's
Do I
gonna do it.
seriously have to do this? This is going to get clipped.
You can do it if you want.
Wait, okay, we'll see at the same
Welcome
time.
to Scotland. Fuck off, you prick.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, that's brilliant. But yeah, I'm just
Welcome
looking
to
at.
Scotland, you cunt.
Oh wow, that was not a bad accent. Apart from it went Irish at the end.
I'm not good at accents.
Right,
Apparently, my Sonic the Hedgehog sounds Canadian.
Right, so I have found us a streamer to raid for once we finish this. So, do you want to round up, Anthony?
I'm looking into your soul, Joe.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, so I've not got too much. Let me just double check my last couple of bits and pieces of notes. Oh.
Ooh.
So, elsewhere in the States, there is an amazingly interesting trial going on.
Ooh.
And it involves Google.
oh,
So,
it's a special guest of the podcast.
The butler.
It's Anthony. It's
Everyone
Anthony's
says
turn.
hello, by the way.
Catherine's. Oh, Wolfsar's clipped it.
Will you tell her to eat her tea?
Eat your tea, Catherine.
I can't eat a tea, it's a fluid.
You are consuming tea.
Night
Anyway.
night, Katie.
Love you, Dad. Stay well.
Someone clip that. Someone clip that. Someone clip that.
Clip it now. Clip it now. She'll never live it down. Clip it.
I really don't care if you don't see that side of me.
Right. Anyway, so
yeah, so I'm just quickly grabbing my
Dad,
notes.
we're almost out of time. Give it to me.
right.
Just grabbing my notes so I can make sure I've got this right.
Oh yeah, trial.
Thank you, Wolf. I like you too.
There are 400 people who are going to be part of this, basically a beta test
Yep.
of
Right.
self-driving cars where you'll basically be driven to the nearest
Oh,
Walmart
yes.
in Phoenix, Arizona,
Oh, I
and
want to
then
do
you
something
go in
like
and
that.
get your stuff, and
Can
then leave.
Can I just make a point here? And this is a point I made to you earlier when you showed me this.
Well, no, you didn't make the point because I told you not to make the point because
Right.
that's what the podcast is for.
Right. So it picks you up. You go to the store. You pick up your shopping. You come back. Why is there not a that instead of you having to go to the store, why doesn't someone literally grab your stuff, put it in a self-driving car, and the self-driving car drives to
Because
you?
there has to be someone behind the wheel in case. That's
It's-
the only way they
Well,
allow.
that's one thing. Yes. The other thing is, this isn't me. This is a number of other people on the planet.
Yep.
See if you're getting stuff you kind of want to like get it yourself,
Yeah.
especially some private stuff.
Yeah.
Also, you don't.
Yes,
really
hello.
want to be poisoned.
Yes, hello there.
Yeah,
I'd like to come and
definitely.
buy some dildos. I
That's
can do a
my
very
rubber
good
jacket.
accent.
I mean, to be
From
fair,
my-
you always want to inspect the donut before you buy it.
I'm sorry, can I just say the one thing? You just call them rubber johnnies, yeah? Right, so I have to say that. Hello, yes, I'd like to buy some rubber johnnies. I had to say it in the accent.
We need self-stirring cups. Oh wait, they already.
They already exist.
Do you
Um,
have a
I
phone?
was making a Red Wolf related joke.
do you have extra large? Anyway.
But yeah, so that was interesting. That basically they're doing it. First of all, they're doing it in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Which, since we were just talking about Austin, is fucking roasting. I mean, I'm complaining about Austin. It's going to be like an extra 5 or 6 degrees.
Which means that the
in
car's
Arizona.
battery life is going to be massively depleted in the first place.
And
I don't
Ultimately-
even want to know what Joe was doing this time.
Sorry, I just thought something funny.
I'm just getting the raid command ready.
what was the funny thing, Joe?
Oh, a flashlight, you say?
Oh, a flashlight, you say? Yes. Right.
Like,
Should we end on that?
Oh no,
Yeah, should we end
No.
on
it
that?
is like,
no. I'm professional. That's not how we're ending.
Anthony, end the podcast.
Wait, last point. I've got one more point.
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
It's going to be quick.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the Haribo.
Hey! Right, Anthony, do you want to round us up? Because it's now midnight.
The final thing that I'm going to say is for anyone who was aware of Meghan Markle before she got married to some prince like a couple of months ago, Suits Season 8 is back on Netflix. Go ahead and watch that. I'm loving it already. The first episode was amazing. Second episode is released tonight. And by tonight, I mean Thursday, because it's now actually after midnight. I have nothing left to say. Does anyone have anything left to say?
No, I'm good. Anyone
Joe?
else?
Nope. Cat, no.
No?
No, she's too busy playing WoW. So it has been fun being back. I hope to be back a lot more often. It's been disappointing I've not been here the last little while. I do want to throw out a couple of quick thanks. Over the last couple of weeks, we have been able to do a lot of stuff to make the channel look great. So we have the website, 409'd.co.uk.
Someone put that in the chat,
We-
please.
We have opened up the store on Redbubble. The store's powered by Redbubble. That's great stuff. So if someone can also post that, and that should be it. I want to thank you all for sitting here and listening to us talk about some stupid stuff for the last hour.
Yeah.
And I think it is time to perform a raid.
On someone who I know and is doing talk shows, and her name is Ashley Crow. She's basically a stream coach. She's
Okay,
currently on
so-
talk shows right now, so I'm going to hit the red button before, and whilst Anthony does the outro, go.
Yeah, so hang out for this raid. We are going to scare someone into submission. It's been great listening to you, and see you all next time.
And hopefully you join us on the raid as well.
Yeah, remember that now for raids you have to join.
Yep.
You don't auto join.
Thank you very much for watching. We're going to end the stream now.